NATO and allied nations have agreed to step up their military support for Ukraine to fight the Russian invasion following a meeting hosted by the U.S. Secretary of Defense, who warned the weapons must be delivered quickly as the war enters a crucial phase. Henry Ridgwell reports.
U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin hosted counterparts from 40 allied nations at the Ramstein Air Base in Germany to rally support for Ukraine.
Ukraine clearly believes that it can win, and so does everyone here.
Speaking to reporters, Austin said Russian forces have suffered significant losses.
We would like to make sure, again, that they don't have the same type of capability to bully their neighbors that we saw at the outset of this conflict.
Austin said 30 countries had pledged $5 billion of security assistance to Ukraine, including $3.7 billion from the U.S.
The coming weeks will be so crucial for Ukraine. So we've got to move at the speed of war.
Until now, Germany has refused to supply heavy weapons, but confirmed Tuesday it will send 50 Gepard tanks fitted with anti-aircraft weapons.
That is exactly what Ukraine needs now, to secure the airspace from the ground.
The West has been forced to act, says Fabrice Potier, former NATO Director of Policy Planning.
Clearly, the situation on the ground has changed, and the kind of civilian massacres that you are seeing have moved the needle.
The war in Ukraine has shifted to the eastern Donbas region with different military requirements, says analyst Bradley Bowman.
So wider open areas, artillery is going to be a key part of this. The side that can have the most artillery fire precisely delivered quickly is probably the side that's going to win.
U.S. rhetoric about Ukraine has also shifted. Secretary Austin repeatedly spoke of a Ukrainian victory.
And if you combine Ukrainian bravery and skill and a willingness to defend their homes against this unprovoked invasion with Western support, which frankly we're going to have to be able to provide for the long haul, then I think over the long run, this will be a grand strategic disaster for Putin. But in the short term, let's be clear, the picture is mixed.
But there are differences in the NATO family, says Potier.
Between those who think this is the moment where we can win it and really defeat Putin's kind of war of aggressions against a school of thought of kind of more wary of escalation and of not punishing Russia or humiliating Russia, but rather just trying to stop things as soon as possible.
Russia warned Monday the Western supply of weapons to Ukraine risks World War III. Secretary Austin called the remarks dangerous and unhelpful. Britain dismissed Moscow's comments as bravado and said it did not see an immediate risk of escalation.